Hi, everyone. It's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if you've joined me, welcome. I'm so glad that you have. This is part of a live presentation. So if I go and I'm talking with different people and answering their questions, which they may have for you as well, but just beware that this is part of a live presentation. Just skip through that if you're watching on a replay. Well, in any event, make sure if you are on YouTube that you've subscribed just down below here. Hit that bell and you'll get notified immediately. And then also, as far as Facebook goes, I do not know who is on Facebook unless you've given permission on to StreamYard, which is great. There does come a time that if you're on my Facebook page, that works out really well as good as well. Anyways, welcome to Monday. Hello, Barb. This is where I do a 3D project or I do a fancy fold card. And I decided it's time for another masculine card. And actually, this is part of a blog post that'll go a week Monday or a week Wednesday. I will be posting this as well. In any event, who has that Gone Fishing bundle? Oh, it's just absolutely amazing. Hello, Colleen. In any event, I love it. I love the whole suite, actually. The suite is amazing. It comes with the designer series paper, which we're going to use some of it today. And then it also comes with these dies that can do a tackle box. And have you seen those 3D, those pop-up cards with a tackle box? Absolutely amazing. I might even go and do one myself in a little bit different. And then this stamp set, I think this is really good. I think this stamp set here, good things come to those that wait, just reminds me when you're fishing, that's exactly what you do. So, oh, you have it. Oh, good, good. Okay, Pam said that she tried to make it with this bundle on Sunday and her brain just didn't want to create. Well, Pam, probably because you were part of that stamp camp, and that stamp camp we give you an awful lot of information, so hopefully this one's going to help for you. I'm going to do another retirement card on this particular one. This whole set reminds me of my dad. My dad was a fly fisherman, and of course living in Kamloops, we are the fly fishing capital of the world. Some of the best fly fishing that you can get. So some of these things you don't basically get, but he's had it. He used to troll. So, he had some of this stuff. I would love to have a picture of his old tackle box so that I could kind of go through and bring back an awful lot of memories like that. I used to go in the boat, but I didn't fish. I would get lines tangled. So I'm just not one of those types of people. So in any event, let's get going on this. Also in here is this twisted rope embossing folder. It's a lot of fun. So I actually have that. I've actually done some embossing with that. And we're going to see how this card comes together. This is called a bridge fold card. So it is an easy fold. However, sometimes it's a tiny bit tricky. I've got my sheet here with the I've got my sheet with the measurements on there. So it's a tiny bit tricky. Sometimes it just depends. It depends on your measurements that you start with the card. And you've got to remember that you've got to end up with a 5.5 by 4.25 inch card. This one is going to end up being a 5.5 by 4.25 inch card. So that works good. So we're going to use lots of these stamps here. It is a photopolymer stamp set. So I'm going to come in with my paper piercing block. But I also want to show you another product that is in the catalog. And this is that holographic paper. And this actually, for one of these trolling hooks, this one that's here, this is perfect for it. It's sure, because they have the glimmery sort of things, and that's what fish are attracted to, right? But this holographic paper works really, really well for that. So I've got that in there as well. All right, so let's go. I'm going to just move some of this stuff off to the side a bit. And I'm using, this is the designer series paper that I really wanted to use. I'm really stuck on this one. This is Pebble Path that's in there. And on the back is the wild wheat with the fishing rods. And this would be pretty cool to do it in wild wheat too, with these fishing things there too as well. But I'm going to use this side. That was my challenge today, was to use this particular one. Hello, Judy. Awesome. Okay, so I have a card. Have my East Coast people on here today. That's amazing. All right. So I have a piece, like I say, I want this card to be 4¼ So this piece happens to be 8 inches by 4¼ And what I've done is I've gone and scored, and let me just make sure I've got my cheat sheet out here. I've scored it at 1¼ 2½. This is at 5½, and this is at 6¾ So what I want to do is, and am I folding into the mountain on this one? No, because I forgot to turn it. So hello, Marge. So we're just going to go and we're just going to get a good score line on this particular one. It's not a gate fold, it's a bridge fold that we're actually going to do. Yes. All right. So with those score lines, that really kind of helps with, getting it so that it's going to lie flat, because what's going to happen is I'm bringing this piece that's here and I'm going to have it come across, and it's, when it opens up, it's a bridge fold. So when you open it up, it'll be like this. All right. So on this piece, I thought this would go really good with, the Pebble Path and the Misty Moonlight. So let's go ahead and put that on there. I love this paper. I don't know why this paper really sings to me, but it does. All right, so I'm going to put that up there. And I've got this just a tiny bit smaller than what the DSP is. And then we've got this going on the same side. Now, we don't want this going the opposite way. So we have to make sure, even though this doesn't look like it's directional paper, it is directional paper. You see where that looks different? So we want to make sure that we've got it going the same way on both. Ah, the Lakeshore of Wisconsin. Beautiful area. Yeah, this paper is so fun. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's just put this on here. And these pieces happen to be, this was 4¼ by, this was 1¼ by 4¼ So I've got my Pebble Path that is 1⅛ by 4⅛. And then I've made this 1 inch by 4 inch, the designer series paper. So that's just going to go on there. And then we're going to put one on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on there right now. I'm hoping this works out okay. I'm sure it will. I do have some different colors for the bridge part. I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to do that. I've been on Zooms this morning since 7 o'clock, and I just got off at about, is that going the right way? Yes. I just got off like at about 20 past 10. So amazing how Zoom can connect us together. Do you know what I mean? Like, just amazing. Okay, so we're just going to put that down there like that. And like I say, this is going to end up being our bridge card. Now, usually in this bridge card, what happens in this particular kind of a card, it comes like this, and it's really hard to write on the inside. So I've created a mechanism for the back of the card, and we're going to do that right now. And this one happens to be 4¾ by 3 inches, and I've scored it at a ½ inch. And what I want to do is I want to put this piece down on here. This is the back. Excuse me. And then what this is going to do is this is going to be able to flip up. I'm going to put a piece in here like this, and then you'll be able to write on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on there, and I'm going to use my tear and tape. I didn't grow up with any of this technology either, but oh my goodness. Anyways, so I'm just putting this piece of tear and tape there. A lot of people cut their tear and tape. Don't need to do that. Just take a credit card, or this happens to be a gift card, and just put it across there. Excuse me. Now we'll just get this off. So we're doing the basics of the card, and then we're going to turn around and we're going to do all the stamping. So I want this to be right up here, right even with this part up here, and right in between those two score lines. And we also want it to be right even down here as well. So like I say, when I go to put that inside in there, that's going to be covered up there, and we're going to do a tiny bit of decorating on and stamping on here. So we kind of got this going. Now this is the piece that has that rope on it, and I'm going to just put that on the, whoops, that goes like that. I'm going to put this on the inside of the card, and then it's the cutouts that are actually going to I'm going to put on here. I'm not putting any words on here. If I was going to put words on here, I would do it before I embossed it, and it works quite well that way. So we're just going to put that in here. This happens to be 2 3/4 by 4. Just like the inside piece here for the back is 2 3/4 by 4. I'm leaving this part straight. Okay, now this is going to act as the bridge across here, but I have to decide how I'm going to, if I want to put a very vanilla piece on here as the bridge. And that I'm going to decide, because that's how the bridge goes. Do I want the very vanilla piece there? I could do stamping on there. Or do I want to put a piece of the pebble path? It's kind of dark there, so I'm thinking to myself that this might be better to put this along here, and then we can do some stamping on there as well. So I think I'm going to start with the pebble path. If it doesn't work, I'll just cut another piece of the Misty Moonlight. I mean, start with the very vanilla. And if it doesn't work, I can turn around and just do the pebble path on the other side. Okay, just like this. And then this is going to go like so and across here. And I think that works. But like I say, if I wanted to, I could put this on the other side. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come and do some stamping. Like I say, it's a photopolymer stamp set, so I definitely want to have my paper piercing mat. On the back, what I want to do is I want to have this as a retirement card. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to use the Misty Moonlight. And I think what I can do is I can use a lot of my different images I can put on there on this part as well. So if I go Happy Retirement, if I put it up a little bit, then I can do some writing on this as well. All right, let that kind of dry. But then I have this piece here, and it's going to be our piece that we're going to do a lot of the different stamping of the different images. Really like this bobber or bobbler. I'm not sure if that's the right terminology for it. Like I say, I wasn't a fisherman. I was, oh, I did that in Misty Moonlight. I was actually going to do that in Night of Navy. But I have Poppy Parade, and I'm going to put this part on here. Just like so. Whoops, that's kind of crooked, isn't it? Put that on there. And I also have, I have this other, you know, I'm going to come in and I am going to do the other ones in the Night of Navy. I kind of like how it looks with the things there. So let's see. I have this one. We can go ahead and put, oh, this isn't the one that goes on there. This is the one that goes on there. Now it looks like I've misplaced one of my stamps. There we go. And I really, really like, and I'll show you because I've already gone ahead and cut that particular one out. I really like this particular one here. So I've got one of those. I've got these, and I've cut out those ahead of time to save time. And then I didn't cut this one out. Now we want to do the fly fishing. Now, normally I would do this in a different color other than Night of Navy to be more realistic. However, to keep with the color of the particular stamp, this is the way I'm doing it. Oh, this is the one here. That's this one here. And then we can just go in and put the red on the thing. You know, it's funny when I look at my dad's or remember my dad's, I remember the paint coming all off of these because these were wood. There we go. And then I've got this that I think I'll do the wings on this particular fly. I'm going to do it in Mossy Meadow and we'll see how that looks. There we go. There we go. So see, we've got some of that stuff that we've got going on here. I've gone ahead and I've cut those out. I've cut out my fly. I happen to have this lure, and I've got to show you this lure. This lure, there was also a die cut that had the hooks on it. So I just actually put that on with tear and tape. But there's also this part here. Now, this is just a part that's going to flap around, which attracts the fish, right? So I could use a tiny one of those brads, but I'm thinking to myself, it might be a little too big. So I'm just going to come and just put some of that glue, let it set, and then we'll go ahead. Now to save time, I've already cut those out. All right. And we'll just close up these ones here. Now I'm thinking to myself too, that maybe what I might do is do congrats on here. Congrats. And then the happy, where did that go? The happy retirement is going to go on here, where I could turn around and just put one of these lures on there too. Let's do that one that I had done, and we're going to do it back in this one here, that one I like. I'm going to just have this up at the top. Like so. And I'll come in with my red on there. And that's my Poppy Parade I'm using. Somebody mentioned the other day that the dies are now starting to be a little pickier and more detailed. But, you know, honestly, it's really kind of nice when you do have a bunch of detailed dies if you want to do it. You can just stamp. You don't have to turn around and put the different hooks on and all that sort of stuff. But I do like it where it's on there. So see, that part can go just in there like so. I think, you know what? Before I get a pile of all of this red on there, I think I'm going to go ahead and put that on. Like I say, that's the back of the card. There we go. I think I got a card like this in a swap at on my trip. So I think that was pretty cool. I'm not sure where I got the swaps from, honestly. Okay, so this is going to go on there. So do we want to put congrats on there? Congratulations. I think congrats because it comes in the stamp kit. We're going to use this one. So I know I have that on something. Oh, it's crooked too. We don't want that to be crooked. So this is a word stamp. We want to just put it down, let it relax. Go ahead. Whoops. I'll put it down on here. New stamps always seem to stick to your fingers, right? And we can put congrats. Well, I'm going to see how this is going to go. So we have this stuff to go on there. Now, I don't have any fish on this particular one. There is a fish stamp. It's a really cool fish stamp, actually. So this is going to go across here. So if I had congrats there, see, we can put this on there. I don't know what else we could put on here. See how this is going to go. That would be nice to have another one of these. You know, I'm not going to bring in my cut and emboss. Ooh, I probably should because of this hook. I'm just going to come in and actually, I don't want that one. I want this one. I should have brought in that little cut and emboss machine because I like how it cuts out the hooks. Well, I'll just quickly do a fussy cut on it. Just like that. It'll be okay. And just, and we'll go in there. Hello. A long zoom. It was actually 2 zooms. The second one is an amazing group of demonstrators that I work with from around the world. And it was, yeah, we share an awful lot of ideas. So, all right. So let's see. I could put one of these baubles over here, I guess. Let's see. This is going to come across here. We have this. Whoops, I just dropped it on the floor. Oh my goodness. That's not even sure where it went to. Oh, there it is. I'll just grab it. I guess I probably should have done one of these in a bit different of a and I think maybe we'll just leave it like that. Put this lure here as well. All right. So I'm going to come in, do that congrats, and I need that in the Misty Moonlight. I'm sure that'll be good enough. We'll do that before I attach it. Right there. And then, of course, we want to do some of this. If I do this. Probably should have done maybe a different color. I remember my dad had something that was in a green too. Okay. Let's just put it on and then we'll work around it. So probably the best thing to do to put this on is to use tear and tape because it could be opening back and forth. So let me come back in. I'm just going to do 2 lines on each side. I want to put some of that linen thread on here too. Let's go there. Yes, yes, of course. I have to add some twine to the baubles for sure. I've got the twine right here all ready to go. I may have to put some more of the other stuff on there, but we'll check that out. Maybe a fish would be a good idea across here. That I can go ahead and add for sure. So this is the part that you want to go straight across on here. And see, then this can move this way, or and then like this. So that's going to help on there. All right, so we've got our twine. Let's just cut some of this off and we can do some fooling around with that. So if I have a lure here, You know what? I don't think it would be too bad if I sit, and I'm just going to come and put some tear and tape on the backs of these. Or no, I can use my, no, I don't have the proper seal here. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some of this tear and tape onto the back. That's going to allow me to put the twine on. And I'm thinking maybe the fish should be on the inside there. All right, so this is going to go here. So we'll take this off. Whoops. And we'll just, you wish you had this. I had done another one with that same card design that I had done. It's actually in a video there, Pam, that I can actually show it to you right now. This is one that I had done before. But yeah. So this is just going to come up here. I think we'll start putting it up there and some down. Boy, this is not wanting to come off. There we go. Another one right about here. But this can be onto here. So this part can go, and I want to put that on with dimensionals. That'll keep that onto that twine. Yeah. So this will go kind of like this. Like this. Oops, I want that down just a tad more. There we go. Just cut that, trim that one off. And then, of course, we want to put some stuff here on this side. And again, I think there should be some twine over there as well. It's all about the rope, right? And how I can actually do this is I can put this on here. Yeah. Okay, it's so important that you get it so that the twine attaches to the back. And I think I'll put some fish on the inside, and I'll show you how I did how I would do the fish as well. I really like this lure. I think it's so amazing. I think what we'll do is I'll just put that one on with a dimensional. Yes, go ahead back in afterwards, Marie, and make sure that you do watch the replay. Yes, for sure. All right, so this is just going to go across here. We'll get this onto here. So I'll just take that part off, and I have that. Where's that fly? There we go. And some more. Oof. There we go. I'm going to put some there. It's going to go there. We can also get the fly there. Okay. It's just because I want to stick that twine in there. And we'll just loop that back up and bring that up. And then I can trim that off whichever way I want. I'm going to come in with my dimensionals. That double tacks us down where the twine is. And then I'm going to do one of those fish on the inside. There we go. Set that. So it kind of looks like a tackle box is kind of what it's doing. And then also what's really kind of cool is that you do have this paper that you can turn around and you can cut different stuff out of. And I've got to tell you, I was playing around with some of these fish for another card that I'm doing. And it's kind of funny how you can go and cut these fish off of the designer series paper, and you want to cut them in such a way that you're not wasting them, because see how this can come off of here like this and look like the fish is coming that way. And then I had some going the opposite ways. I should show you what I was also playing with these fish, which was really kind of cool idea. Now, I don't have any fish coming. Oh, I do. I have a fish going this way. And see, I'm going to just put that in there. And then another fish, a little fish up here. That would work. Sure. So this can go right up there. So see how that works, where you see the fish in the background. So I'll just go and glue those. Like I say, I was working on another card for another project. Let's do this way. And let's see. Yeah, we could put this little tiny guy up there, because we got to go in multiples of 3, right? There we go. What am I doing? Hi, Lila. And there we go. There's that. So it just shows you that you can use your part pieces of the fish, right? So we have that. Now, probably what we should do is we should put some sort of embellishments on there. And I'm torn, and I'm thinking to myself, should I go, you know what? I think I'll use these gray ones. These are from the classic essential dots. And I think I'll use these gray ones and just go here. Oh my goodness. I am really bad. I love using let's see, I think I'm going to use one of these smaller ones and just do one right up there. There we go. So there we go. There's my fancy fold card for today. This is, like I say, a bridge fold card. So what's going to happen on the back, and I guess what we could have done was put another label on here, but then that gives you the fact of it being two. Oh, you know what I could do though on here? Let's do that. I'm just going to turn around and I'm just going to, I'm wondering, is that's going to work okay? Sure it will. So I'm coming in with my Misty Moonlight, and I'm just going to put this fly right here. And then that's going to give something on the back to do it. And then they can open up, and there's our card. So I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah. So anyways. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Awesome. Okay. Barbara, I sent you an email. If you can just check that email and maybe get back to me on that. Now, what's happening? Tomorrow is Technique Tuesday. I come on at 4:30 Pacific time. I'm excited about this one. This one is an artist type technique, one that you may not have heard about. I'm very excited about doing that one. And then, of course, Wednesday will be mystery. Don't forget that if you, for every post that you put on in my Facebook group, and the link to my Facebook group is right below here, that you're entered into a draw. And if you live in Canada, I give away stamp sets. If you live in outside of Canada, I can give away tutorials. So that's what's kind of fun to be able to do that. Oh, thank you, Marge. But also, one thing I want to mention is bonus days. So if you are in Canada, and I think this even works for in the States, that if you buy, and let me just sort of come back down here, this bundle actually equals where you would get one $6 bonus coupon in Canada, $5, I think, in the States. And then this way that you'll get bonus coupons to spend for next month. So that would be good. Jacqueline, you need this set. You know, yeah, I don't have any. Oh, I do. I have my cousin. He's still right into fishing. He actually comes up to the Kamloops area to fish. So thank you. But yes, if you know, remember the bonus coupons are going for the month of July, and then they're redeemed in next month. So it's very important. Another thing I want to warn you about, though, if you do put an online order on, what happens is that you get an email back with that. Keep those bonus coupons, because if you don't keep them, they don't keep track of it for you, and it's very important. In any event, you guys have a great day. Take care. Remember to create, because it's great for the soul. Bye for now.